Hello, all my friends out in YouTube world. I am Blaine, and I'm back. I know it's been a little bit. It's been a few weeks. Been a few weeks since I made a video. I don't know. Just been busy working. Kind of tired, but I'm back. And since we missed so much, you know, we had Elimination Chamber, we had Fastlane, and we've also had some episodes of Raw and SmackDown. This episode of My Wrestling Thoughts is just going to cram all of it in one big ball of information. Just going to smash it all together. And we're going to talk about it. Mainly about Elimination Chamber and Fastlane, but I'm going to talk a little bit about what's been going on Raw and SmackDown. But without further ado, let's get into it. But let's first talk about Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber. I wasn't impressed. I'll just be straight up. It was kind of a boring show, I thought. Don't get me wrong. The female Elimination Chamber match was awesome. I loved that. But I don't know if it was from the how predictable it was going to be, or just out of not being interested. I didn't even watch the men's Elimination Chamber. I went to bed. I was tired. It was like 2 or 3 in the morning. But, I mean, we knew what was going to happen. Roman Reigns was going to win. I don't really agree very much with how they ended it. So, why would you keep... I mean, I know they wanted him to be shown as this strong monster of a man, but having Braun Strowman come out at the end and eliminate 5 people back to back was just kind of pointless. I mean, if they really wanted a Braun Strowman Roman Reigns match, they should have just made a Braun Strowman Roman Reigns match. I mean, that's pretty much what they were setting up for. But I don't know. Just wasn't really my cup of tea. But I mean, the rest of the card wasn't terrible, I guess. Like I said, the women's match was awesome. Of course, the women, they go out and they put on every night. I mean, they have to, because we've had this women's revolution thing shoved down our throats for the past year. So, of course, they're having to put on these stellar matches to live up to that hype. Let's see, what else did we have? The Ronda Rousey segment was pretty cool, I thought. I mean, Ronda's got some work to do, I think. I think she's struggling a little bit with promos and such, but she didn't really do that in UFC much. At least I don't know. I don't watch UFC, but the difference, UFC, if she's out there talking, that's her talking. That's her trash talking her opponent. Here, it's more scripted. She has to act, and I think she's got some work to do. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Raw tag team match, Cesaro and Sheamus. Of course, they beat Titus Worldwide. I mean, they didn't really have anybody else to fight, so let's just throw Titus Worldwide in there. Don't get me wrong, Apollo Crews, he's really, he's a good wrestler. I just think he's not on Cesaro and Sheamus level, let's put it that way. But of course, Cesaro and Sheamus won. Going into WrestleMania, you gotta have strong champions. I don't know who they're gonna have them wrestle at WrestleMania, because Raw is just not very big on tag teams right now. Asuka versus Nia Jax. We knew it was going to happen there. Asuka's going to win that, of course. And then we got the Woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt thing, which... what's there even to say? Everybody wanted broken Matt Hardy, and then we got him, and it's like typical WWE, take a good thing and run it into the ground. But I think we got the Hardy compound match coming up sometime soon, WrestleMania maybe. I don't know. Maybe that'll save it. Who knows? But both these guys are in like desperate need of like something good to happen. So yeah, Elimination Chamber was I wasn't real thrilled. If I have to give it a overall grade, I'd say C+, maybe. I don't know. So Fastlane, on the other hand, snuck up on me, to be completely honest. I honestly completely forgot that it was coming on last night, and I have to say I was pretty impressed. It wasn't a terrible pay-per-view. Started out with Shinsuke and Rusev, which was a good match. Don't get me wrong, it was a good match, but it was not something that I wanted to watch necessarily because there wasn't much build up to it. It was just, we can't put Shinsuke in the main event because he's already in the main event at WrestleMania, so let's just put him in there with Rusev because Rusev's super popular. We got to have him on the card. Of course, Shinsuke won. They're not going to have him going into WrestleMania looking weak. But, I mean, it wasn't a terrible match. I'd give it a B minus, just for the simple fact that there wasn't much to go off of. It was just kind of thrown together. And then, let's see, Randy Orton and Bobby Roode. Of course, Randy Orton. Why they took it off Bobby Roode, I don't know. Bobby Roode's a great champion, I think. I guess just to kind of solidify Randy Orton, because it's the only title he hasn't had. So maybe they just wanted him. I mean, I'm sure what's going to happen is a triple threat at WrestleMania. It's going to be Bobby Roode, Randy Orton, and Jinder Mahal at WrestleMania. I'm sure. Randy Orton won. It was an alright match. I kind of skipped through it just to catch the cool parts of it, but it was alright. Jinder Mahal came out, of course, and attacked. Who knows? Then we had, what do we have next? Oh, the stupid women's tag team. We're not even going to talk about that because it was pointless. Like I said, women's revolution. We got to have all the women on the card, and they didn't have anything to do with them, so let's just put them in a match together. The Usos and the New Day. I really wasn't looking forward to this match. I wasn't, because we've seen this 100 times. Usos versus New Day. Why they threw this on the card, I don't know, but it ended pretty, I don't want to say awesome because it was actually kind of gruesome. It ended kind of interesting. The Bludgeon Brothers, who I've multiple times said stupid tag team, actually came out and put on a show. They came out and destroyed the Usos and the New Day. I mean, ow. Especially Xavier Woods. That powerbomb on those steps, like, they're saying he's hurt. I don't know if it's just part of the story or what, but it looked painful. It looked painful. Here, you know what? I'm going to try something. I'm going to try to upload a video to let you guys watch it. Like, here it is. Ready, set, go.
No. ¡Ouch! ¿Tú te imaginas el dolor que debe estar sintiendo en este momento? Bueno, ya no debe sentir dolor.
I mean, how they just did not. I've seen people use the steps. I've seen people, kind of get slammed on the steps, but it always is kind of at a gingerly kind of, here, let me just kind of drop you on them. They legit powerbombed his ass right on those steel steps. And his head, it jerked back. Oh, God, it just gives me chills just thinking about it. But no contest, of course. Neither one of them won. So more than likely we're getting like a triple threat tag team match at WrestleMania or something. Bludgeon Brothers are obviously going to be involved. Oh, God, that's just painful to watch. And then we had Charlotte Flair versus Ruby Riott, which was surprisingly pretty good. And obviously Charlotte Flair is going to win this match, but I haven't really seen much out of Ruby Riott in terms of putting on good matches, but this one was actually pretty good. She took it to Charlotte. I mean, of course they're going to make that happen to make Charlotte look even stronger, but she did pretty good. Those little jumping off the turnbuckle thing and, just stage diving onto that was pretty awesome. But the highlight of the match obviously was the end afterwards when Asuka came out. Now everybody knew it was going to be Charlotte versus Asuka at WrestleMania. You get the Queen versus the undefeated streak, so now we get to see that at WrestleMania, which is awesome. And I just gotta say, Ronda Rousey, you need to take notes from Asuka on how to point at a WrestleMania sign. That's how you do it. You point and you move on with your life. You don't point 5 million times. No, go on, take notes. So and then Charlotte won that match. So we get Charlotte and Asuka at WrestleMania. And then the match that I have been extremely vocal about the last few weeks, about it not being good and it's going to be pointless, actually turned out to be, in my opinion, match of the night, I think. I mean, I didn't like the way it ended, but it was the six-pack challenge with John Cena, AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. Now, I've been saying for weeks that this is not needed. It was started out as a triple threat, could have stayed as a triple threat. But it was actually a pretty good match. Everybody, even whack old Baron Corbin, went out and put on a show. And it was great. It was great to watch. I enjoyed every minute of it until Shane McMahon got involved. Cannot go a single SmackDown pay-per-view without Shane McMahon getting involved somehow. And it's like, why? Just go away. Go. Either do something with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn as in an actual match, which I'm sure we're going to wind up getting at WrestleMania, or just go, because we're supposed to hate Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They're the bad guys, but all this stuff that Shane is doing, screwing them out of matches, is making Shane look like the bad guy and making Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn look like the good guys, in my opinion. Like, both of them had the win last night, and Shane broke it up, which made the match even more predictable, in my opinion, because if that happens, then you know AJ Styles is going to come in and win. We knew AJ Styles was going to come in. We know we're getting AJ versus Nakamura. But for a minute there, I thought it was going to be something else. I thought WWE was going to swerve us, but they didn't. So I talked more about Fastlane because obviously it was a better pay-per-view. I'll give it a B plus, I think. Some things could have changed. Get rid of Shane McMahon. We don't need him. They could have swapped out some other matches, other stuff could have been done, but it was a pretty solid pay-per-view. So that's it for the pay-per-views. Now let me real quick just kind of talk about some stuff from Raw and SmackDown. Mainly Raw, because something happened this past week that I'm kind of worried about. Too often in WWE do we see somebody getting pushed to the moon and people like them, and then WWE comes in and decides to do some stupid booking and destroy that push. This particular instance I'm talking about hasn't necessarily reached those heights of being destroyed yet, but I feel like it's on the way, and that's with Braun Strowman, who I talk about a lot. Braun Strowman, he came out a couple weeks ago and he gave a new layer to his character. He actually got to talk. He did some stuff, and he beat up Elias with a big old double bass, which was good. That was awesome. They could have left it at that and just moved on back to having regular old feuds between Elias and Braun Strowman, but instead WWE decided to do what WWE likes to do and have some kind of stupid gimmick match. I think they called it the Symphony of Destruction, where it's literally just musical instruments around for people to beat each other up with. It was dumb. I mean, it was cool seeing them beat each other up with instruments, but neither one of them are in need of that kind of match. It's kind of also like when you have people come down dressed up as Santa Claus and an elf for Christmas. It just shows, in my opinion, when you have a match like that, that shows that WWE is not behind you. They're using you as a comedic act. They don't need these stupid gimmick matches. They don't need these dumb things attached to them. Braun Strowman can handle himself. Just allow him time to talk. Now, you want to build on him, make him even bigger, allow him time to talk on the mic, which they've been doing. Don't put him in these stupid things. Next thing you're going to know, we're going to have a guitar on a pole match or something stupid like that. Braun Strowman doesn't need that. Neither does Elias, who is also, he's got his guitar thing. That's enough. Don't break it. Or if it ain't broke, don't fix it. What they need to do is start seriously pushing Braun Strowman for that title, because they keep pushing him to be this monster, but he's not coming through in the end. Every match, something happens, and he doesn't come through in the end. And that's going to also build up a bad reputation for Braun, as not being able to finish, not being able to hold it when it's a big match. So unless they want to lose everything they've got with Braun Strowman, everything they've built over the past year and a half, they're going to have to pull that trigger and give him something. Put him in the match at WrestleMania against Brock and Roman. Do something. So who knows? Maybe after WrestleMania they got something planned, because we all know Brock's out the door. Brock's gone. But I guess we got to wait till after WrestleMania. 27 days? 27 days. I don't really have anything to say about SmackDown. Other than, I was worried about the Fastlane pay-per-view, but they pulled it off. So who knows? Maybe the only thing I got to say about SmackDown is get Shane out. I've done a video on this before. We don't need any more Shane McMahon. Please, no more Shane McMahon. Get him out of here. Get out of here. Go do something else. Go work in an office or something. Just no more Shane. Please, no more Shane. So, alright guys, well that's it for today. I know this was a weird, smushed together video of a lot of stuff, but we're going to get back on track. We've got Raw tonight, SmackDown tomorrow night, and we'll get back on track. We got WrestleMania coming up. We got to get serious. So, with that being said, you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.